Uh, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good
How are
evening.
you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Fine, sir. Fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Wonderful. So, what all calls?
Sir, presently, NMIMS, IMT, IM Sambalpur, and BITS. So, I'm expecting a call from there as well.
Wonderful. Okay. And have you taken a mock earlier?
Mock PI? No, I don't think so. Not
Yeah.
this year.
Maybe last year?
Yes, sir. Last year I had taken. Yes, sir. Divya sir took my mock last year.
Can we start?
I'm all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure.
So, Ananya, just briefly take me through some interesting uh, things about yourself.
Okay, sir. So, first of all, as you can see, my name is itself very unique. So, I personally believe that you might not have come across another boy named Ananya. So, my name means unique. So, I would say I have a very unique perspective on things. So, first of all, I am very inquisitive about stuff. And for example, in my 10 plus 2, I took psychology with my PCM. And after that, I studied law at National Law University, Odisha. I just graduated. So I personally believe that it helped me have a perspective on case advisory, consulting, and policy advisory roles because I always thought that I want to venture into that sphere. So, sir, I believe that the most unique thing about me is that I'm always eager to work on new things and improve on myself every day.
Wonderful. Okay. So, you have studied psychology along with maths.
Yes, sir. In my 10 plus 2, I had psychology with maths.
That's a
PCM.
very rare combination. Psychology
Eh,
have okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, what brought your interest towards psychology? Anything specific?
Sir, I personally believe that psychology is one of those subjects which has not actually entered the public sphere as of yet. But when you actually study it, it has components from both science and the humanities backgrounds. For example, sir, if you are able to deduce a particular action, I particularly believe that this is a very big thing in business world when you are able to gauge a mindset of a consumer and then accordingly formulate your plan. So, sir, psychology at that time was more than an interest and over the years has formulated to a very, very integral aspect of my personality.
Who's the father of modern psychology?
Sir, Sigmund Freud.
Okay. Tell me something interesting about Sigmund Freud, which you
So
admire.
Sigmund Yeah. Sir, Sigmund Freud had a very unique perspective on how we actually go about our day-to-day things. For example, he stated that we have the three ID, ego, and superego, the three things which dictate our day-to-day actions. For example, we have certain things which are suppressed, which are like in our subconscious and which we are not allowed to express, according to Sigmund Freud. There are certain limits on the self expression which he placed and which we understood through various psychological experiments. Like, sir, for example, there was also a conditioning experiment which Ivan Pavlov stated, which basically stated that for a favorable action, for example, if you give a dog a food for a particular action, he'll continue doing so. So, I personally believe that these all have become leading theories of psychology which we use in our day-to-day lives, which people like Sigmund Freud, Ivan Pavlov, and other leading psychologists of that era used to draw upon.
Have you studied Stoicism? Stoicism.
Sorry, sir.
Have you studied Stoicism? Stoic.
Stoicism. Oh, Stoicism. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. I've studied Stoicism.
Give me three learnings from Stoicism.
Okay, sir. So definitely, sir, Stoicism is a very beautiful exercise of the mind, which basically rewards inaction. So, for example, if I am a leader and I'm in a boardroom meeting, I'm listening to everyone and then I'm not reacting impulsively, but I'm listening to everyone and then formulating my mind and then reacting. So, Stoicism particularly rewards inaction, silence, and a deeper understanding of things. It goes beyond the hedonistic. life pursuits and rewards a deeper intellectual pursuit of things. For example, it is not concerned with momentarily pleasures and quick results, but rather long-term benefits. So I personally believe this is what Stoicism is all about.
So why did you pursue BA in psychology after your 12th? Any specific reason why you drifted towards law as a subject?
Yes, sir. It was actually my interest which sort of co-aligned with the law, and then I studied trade law in my fourth year, which basically taught me about trade agreements, business, and other aspects. Over my law tenure, and even when I was a school student, I was always drawn to the word of business and the way how brands work, how things somehow originate and become what they are right now. So I was always drawn towards how consumerism and how we as consumers decide our daily life choices and we spend accordingly. So, sir, my psychology interest somehow even helped me to further move it towards this field, as I thought that I had a very greater desire to basically amalgamate both of these interests.
So I'm confused. So you're interested in psychology or law or business or management?
Sir, my interest is in business, but I believe that my background in law and psychology helps me complement my interest in business because I draw upon these experiences to come upon conclusions which people might take much more time to understand. But I believe that since I have a deep-rooted interest in business, and I draw upon my experiences from the legal field and the psychological field, so I believe that that helps me uh, gain a better understanding of how things and businesses operate.
How does your law background help you in terms of understanding of management and business?
Yes, sir. So, sir, for example, I like to draw upon various moot court competitions. I was a part of National Law University, Odessa. So, we participated in national corporate law moots, upon which I came across various problems that businesses face. And as lawyers, we need to solve those problems. For example, sir, there was a dispute regarding COVID and how it affected contracts in the post-pandemic world. For example, the force majeure clause, which basically deals with acts of God. So, like, sir, I also won a prize, like the second best runners award, the memorial award. We basically drafted a memorial. Moot courts are basically, sir, normal court proceedings, but in the college proceedings. So I drafted a memorial, and as a researcher and a speaker, I researched upon various aspects of how businesses run into these type of problems, and this helped me usher in a new understanding of businesses. And then I took as my co-electives and my optional subjects trade law, which allowed me to read about various free trade agreements, their types, and I had a more than an avid interest in this field from then on.
So out of your learning of management, whatever you had in this last 5 years tenure while you were there in a national law university, what do you understand? What are your understanding of a management as a subject?
So management as a subject is about client facing and dealing with problems which are very simple problems, to be very honest. Sir, I've personally believed that problems originate at the grassroots level, and I personally believe that as a lawyer we are very much in sync with what the general public's problems are, and we are required to formulate on the spot solutions. We are required to improvise in the courtrooms according to what the situation demands. So I believe that to solve these problems, to solve what we might call a problem, we need to understand what the basic needs and what basically dictates the common public behavior regarding consumption is. And as a lawyer, I believe that my case solving skills and my research skills are accordingly with my moot court competition experiences help me gain an edge in basically consulting and policy advisory roles.
Give me an instance wherein you would have been involved in case advisory and policy advisory role in your college.
Okay, sir. So this was basically during various amount type of competitions, which in our college are called as arbitration or negotiation and arbitration competitions. So these require us to solve cases out of the court because, as you could know, that we have a very huge amount of pendency in our cases, backlogs, which you might say. So, sir, in negotiation and arbitration, we basically deal with the clients as an arbitrator and we listen to both the parties and come upon a common conclusion. We take the case one by one, we understand the demands of both the parties, and then try to reach a common ground. So, sir, I have been a leading arbitrator in my college, and my mark sheet would also show that in alternative dispute resolution, which is ADR, I have scored quite decently as per my grade score.
So my question again remains the same. Why don't you pursue law as a career henceforth rather than getting into management?
Sir, I see a growing need, or what I could say, a growing desire inside me to lead basically businesses, which was one of my key reasons for which I want to pursue MBA right out of my college, because this is what presently my key domain, my key interest lies in. I have seen how I can contribute to various business assignments, and every day I look towards the forward to the newspaper to read the business news, the mergers, the acquisitions, and I personally believe that my skills would be even more complemented if I can uh, study business management education.
So you read business page every day.
Yes, sir.
What was there in the business page of any of these newspaper that you have been reading today and yesterday?
So, sir, one of those recent news is obviously the free trade agreement with the EU, which is the mother of all deals, and which I've been reading about for the past 2, 3 days. Sir, I basically understood its impact on the Indian and the European world. So, for example, like I want to understand more than what the general public understands. Like there is a particular specification that, like, for example, I was reading that European Union undertook a similar deal with South Africa, but after 4 days certain complications arose because the EU is a group of 28 nations, and accordingly each of the nations has to be willing to each and every aspect of the contract. And in the Indian context, we have favorable relations with most of them, but in case we don't have with one or two, then complications might arise. So, sir, I want to go beyond what the general understanding of free trade agreement goes. I've been reading about this stuff along with obviously the general stuff like right, like the chemical leather industries benefiting, the mines and mineral industries getting 100% value, uh, EU access accordingly, sir.
Okay, apart from EU free trade agreement, what else has been hitting the business page?
So, sir, obviously, then there is the tariff war, the
So
silver
that's
gold.
that's history. We are just talking about maybe today and yesterday.
Sir, I think so. India is also doing very well on the inflation indexes. Like we are doing very well. So, like to say, we are at 1.7% as far as I can recall among all the developing economies. So, like we have slashed the effects of
1.7% what?
we have reduced the inflation, which, like, for example, from all the developing countries, we have improved the impact of inflation on the general public the most. Like, the last figure I read was that India had slashed it by 1.7%, the general impact of inflation for financial year 25 and 26. And the World Bank and the I am not remembering. There was also one more agency which has given a very favorable growth rate for India in the near future. Like it was 6.8 to 7.2% predicted. So we are doing well due to domestic consumption rates and remittances from abroad, which has not, as of now, hampered our projected scores for GDP uh, targets, which our government has set.
What is the GDP of India?
Sir, it's 3 trillion.
It's 4.2 trillion.
Oh, I'm sorry,
And where
sir.
do you rank Indian economy in terms of the GDPs all across the world?
Sir, we are the fourth largest GDP. Uh, we are well on track to dethrone the European powers, which were like Germany and everything. We have dethroned them. So we are
The
on
third
the
one.
fourth, third. We are, sir, I'm not sure. Third or fourth. I'm not 100% sure.
You're
But
talking about the one whom we dethroned. Germany is still number three. So whom have we dethroned?
okay. I think so. I might be missing on some fact. I'll definitely look to it once I'm done, sir.
What is the per capita income of India?
Uh, Sir, I'm not aware. Not the exact figure. No.
Any ballpark figure?
Sir, no, sir, I'm not aware.
Okay. Okay. So what after MBA?
Sir, after MBA in the short term, I look to joining the corporations, think tanks, NGOs, government institutions in a front client facing policy advisory role. I want to bridge policies according to geopolitical conditions and accordingly formulate them in for the best interests of both my client and uh, for the consumer. And in the long term future, I also have various plans of starting my own ventures, which I want to first understand how businesses operate, and then I can draw upon them to bridge a gap which I've seen in the normal Indian consumer space, which I have plans to address.
Can you give me pointers? What exactly would you be doing rather than giving me these longish answer? So A, B, C. What exactly is your long term and short term goal? Maybe within one
Uh,
or two sentences.
Short term, sir, as a advisory consultant role, and in the long term, I want to venture into the startup space. I want to bridge the gap in the health sector of the Indian economy, which I believe would sure soon get saturated. But like there are certain things I want to address. So I've drawn upon various things presently in the Indian market, and this is something I have in my mind long term.
You want to venture into health sector subsequently.
uh, Health and fitness, wellness, whatever. Because I personally believe we, as being the diabetic capital of the world, we have a long way to go. And this is just the start. I've seen what foreign companies operate and how they work. And I personally believe India is very far behind.
Any startup which has been doing a great job in healthcare sector or wellness sector?
So, sir, yes, there are a lot. But if you may ask me a single one, for example, sir, if I were to say there is this brand called Getaway. So this is basically one of a kind company which is working on ice creams and frozen goods, which are ventured towards protein-rich foods. So, sir, this is just not there in the Indian business market beforehand. I've seen a few companies also coming with it, but as of now, this is a brand which Getaway. They manufacture ice creams, cheesecakes, and stuff, which is very nutritious, as to say. So I personally believe that Indians are fond of sweets and everything, and this is something which is way less explored. So yeah.
Have you heard of unicorn companies?
Yes, sir.
So what are unicorn companies?
Sir, they have a market cap of more than I'm not remembering the exact figure, but I think so. It's they have a market cap of more than 1 billion or 1,000 billion. I'm not remembering the exact figure, but it's 1 billion 500 something. I'll get the exact number. Basically, they have a huge market cap and they have been around for a certain amount of time.
And what are decacorn companies?
Sorry, sir.
Decacorn companies.
Decacon. No idea, sir.
Any startup which is in the field of legal advisory, which you
Uh,
would follow or you would have read about?
Sir, there is a startup which I came across recently. Lawsutra. So, sir, this is basically a library and a law-based LLM AI model, which is specifically dedicated to venturing towards client services in the field of law. So they help you with legal researches, case laws, citations, facts, legal advice, consultancy roles, and this is basically a very good startup which I saw recently. Lawsutra.ai.
Who's the current CGI of India?
Sir Suryakant, yeah, sir, Suryakant, Justice Suryakant.
Justice Surikant. And who was prior
Yes.
to him?
Uh, I'm aware of his. No, it was Gawai. Gawai, yes, sir. Justice Gawai.
Okay, fine. Recently, there was a news, in fact, yesterday, day before, something that has been hitting regarding UGC notification that has come. What is this all about?
Yes, sir. Actually, I've also heard that there is a UGC notification. I didn't read, but I heard that there were protests. I think so. It basically is discriminating on certain basis. I was yet to read the exact notification, but I'll get back to it sure soon enough.
Okay, fine. Fine, Ananya. Good.
Yes.
So we are done.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So I think there are a lot of things which are already sorted and couple of things that you can streamline basically. See, it's basically alignment of your legal studies which you have done and why you want to drift away from legal, how well you can connect your legal knowledge with business knowledge, and how will that help you in terms of achieving your long term or short term, and maybe more crisp, maybe more concrete, maybe more cohesive answer to why MBA. What are your expectation out of a B school? What do you intend to learn out of it, and how that will help you in terms of achieving your long term and short term thing? Without getting verbose, without getting lot elaborative, without hunting behind the bush, just in a very crisp manner, in case you can come up with that kind of an answer and connectivity of your psychology knowledge with that of legal thing. Because at times I've seen that you were repetitive in terms of coming up with an answer to it. So, in case that conciseness and crispness can come into your answers and it can be more concrete, you'll be find sounding more convincing. Okay?
Sure,
And
sir. I'll
having
work
said
on.
this, one more thing, जब आप हेल्थ केयर बोल रहे हो तो आई थिंक मे बी वी एक्सपेक्ट समथिंग मोर फ्रॉम जो भी वॉट एवर यू स्पीक. So then there are a couple of then it all depends upon you that whether you are able to handle those follow-up questions that will revolve around whatever you would have spoken. उस पर थोड़ा काम कर लो. Make your
Hmm.
answers, as I said, make your answer more concise and precise. If you are able to do it, then probably the kind of vibrations that you are emitting in terms of you're coming across as a very likable, energetic, sorted kind of a person. And that's what
Thanks,
they are
sir.
looking at basically. हेयर कट करा
Thanks,
के
sir.
जाना.
Yes,
ठीक
sir.
है.
Yes, sir.
And I think remaining it's fine. थोड़ा और general awareness can be still improved.
Okay,
जो
sir.
दो चार questions और थे जैसे because you are a lawyer,
Yes,
so
sir.
obviously the CGI sorry the UGC
Ah.
news है that will you will be encountering all these things as
Mm-hmm.
because the budget is also going to come within a day or two, so you can
Yes, sir. First
expect more.
February. ठीक है सर वो I'll brush up on my current affairs sir. I'll do that. I was about to read that something came up. I'll definitely do that sir.
Otherwise it's okay. Okay, anything you
ठीक है
would like
sir.
to ask?
Sir, yes sir. I was just thinking कि sir when they ask that have you a question for an interviewer, what do you think so sir? Like I've heard that it's better to ask something I'm not sure what to come up at that point. Like, what do I ask the interviewer?
You can ask, sir, are there companies which have which are from law firms coming for campus hiring, or do you teach any subject related to law also because you are from that background?
Yes, 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 yes,
Something of
yes.
that kind you can ask.
Okay, I can use my undergrad background to formulate a question.
Or you
Okay,
can
sir.
even you can even ask something related to psychology. Are there any
Yes, yes.
subjects or topics related to psychology which is being taught into any
Hmm.
subject? Because
Hmm.
psychology plays a very vital role in management aspect,
Yes, sir.
and especially in marketing. So something of that kind you can ask.
Also, sir, there is also one doubt, sir. For example, like I am very much interested in consulting and marketing. Like both of these fields are very interesting for me. But
Hmm.
I personally believe that interview के लिए, since I'm a lawyer, I've seen that law के साथ consulting would be way better for the interview. So, sir, do I mention my interest in marketing ventures or like stick with my strengths and then after once you are in the college, you can do whatever you want anyway.
See, either ways, in case you can do some deep research in terms of
Hmm.
knowing something more about marketing and connecting marketing with your law thing or with
Hmm.
psychology. See, in case you have read psychology, you can read the mind of the customer and then
Hmm.
create a product or a service which is well suited
Hmm.
to them, and then
Hmm.
curate your answer accordingly. That's also okay with me. Or if even
Okay.
if you want to make it generic the way you did, that was also fine.
ठीक है सर ठीक है
Whatever you're
that
doing,
works.
my only point is just do a well research and deep
Hmm.
dig before you utter anything out of it.
Yeah, done. Done, sir. Done. Done,
Okay?
sir. Done,
Fine.
sir.
Then
Thank you,
all
sir.
the best then.
Thank you. Good. Good day, sir. Good day, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So what all calls Astik?
Sir, I've got calls from SPJN, Mumbai. I have got a call from MDI. I am Shillong. I am Amritsar, and recently I am IMT Ghaziabad as well.
Okay, wonderful. Have you also taken a group interview?
No, sir, I haven't got the chance to actually because I currently I'm living in Gurgaon. Like I have just applied for the interview classes only.
Okay,
So I'm currently living in Gurgaon because of my work.
okay. And when is the first interview scheduled?
Sir, it's 3 days from now. It's on
Which one
4th
is
of
that?
Feb. SPJN.
Okay, fine. Okay. So can we start?
No, sir, definitely.
So what is it that you have been doing, Astik, these days?
As in, like what exactly do you mean by that? I
Let's
couldn't
say
get
this is the question. This is the question.
Okay. So, like, first of all, like, I've been getting calls, so I'm preparing with my interviews and all, reading a bit about the institutes, particularly which I've got a calls, and like seeing how well those institutes basically align with my career goals, with my short-term and long-term goals.
Okay. And professionally or personally, what is it that you do?
Sir, by profession, by my education, I'm an engineer. By profession, I am I'm currently employed in Maruti Suzuki as an assistant manager in of supply chain vertical.
Okay. So after completion of your engineering, you got a job in Maruti into supply chain vertical.
Right, sir.
So this role is not engineering, but this is into more of a management on operation and supply chain.
Right, sir.
So how does this happen?
Actually, sir, during my engineering, while I was in my engineering days, I had held multiple positions of responsibility. Those include like I held the position of management secretary at one of the societies. I was also the mess secretary. So during that time, I realized that I'm more of interested in the operations sector because I handled a lot of places there, and particularly it also kind of matches my entrepreneurial goals, which is to open a chain of restaurants. So that's how this change happened. Because like any big restaurant does need to have a good operational scalability. That's how it can suffice in the market, in this competitive market.
No, my question was after engineering, how does this happen that rather than getting a hardcore engineering job, you got into supply chain?
I did the research work. I studied for the operational things, and that's how I secured my job, sir.
You are which year pass out from engineering?
I am 2024 pass out, sir.
Which college is it?
Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology.
Okay, and Maruti came for a campus placement.
Right, it did.
And when they were hiring you, you opted for a supply chain role.
Right, I did.
So there was an option wherein you could switch over from technical to a management role.
Yeah, like when they came to the campus, they had multiple job opportunities. Uh, because primarily the engineering sector was offered because I am an electronics and communications engineer. So we were given two choices. First was engineering, and the second one was operations and supply chain. So I opted for, like, my first preference was supply chain, and my second preference was engineering.
Okay. Mhm. So when is it that you decided that you want to go for management and not a technical job?
So it was roughly in between my second year and third year. Like
And any okay.
there were multiple reasons. I would love to cite those reasons. First reason was that actually, as time passed, and I kind of discovered my liking for, as an entrepreneur. Like, I discovered my entrepreneurial spirit during my days, because I was the head of management in my college society, which was OVAS. So I was managing a lot of responsibilities in there, like multiple operations were being carried out by me, be it from organizing events to seeing the day-to-day operations of that particular society. And along with that, I was also the mess secretary of one of my college hostels. So since I have an affinity towards cooking food, so in along with that, I realized that yes, I do want to open a restaurant, and I do have an affinity towards the operational side of it. So, and definitely a good restaurant is built on efficient supply chain and operational background in order to suffice in this competitive market. So that's how this switchover happens.
Again, my question was any specific reason because of which you want to go for management and not a technical thing? Any specific reason for that?
It's my long-term goal, sir. It's my long-term goal, which is to open a chain of restaurants, particularly bringing the taste of Punjabi household to the masses. So that is the particular reason why I would definitely want to enter into the managerial background, the
Okay.
operational background.
So chain of restaurants is what you intend to open maybe 10 to 15 years down the line.
Right, right, sir. Right.
Any chain of restaurants whom you admire or follow?
Uh, it's not a particular chain of restaurants, I would say. It's more about the chef that I admire. It's Mr. Vikas Khanna, the world-renowned chef who actually brought Indian cooking on a global stage. Like, he is highly recognized for that. And kind of, you would say, like, he also comes from a Punjabi background, and I also come from a Punjabi background. And I somewhat relate to his story also, because he also tells this affinity for food and cooking started when his grandmother, he used to help his grandmother. So that's how it started with me also. Like, we live in a joint family, and I often used to help my mother during my childhood days. So that's how this thing actually grew, and that's how I actually relate with Chef Vikas Khanna.
Okay, but you are more into cooking or you are more into managing things? Because Vikas Khanna, if as far as I know, is more of a cook or
Yeah, right.
maybe yeah. So
So it's like it's a two-way thing. Like, I have an affinity for cooking, and I also aspire to develop a good background in the operational and supply chain side of that, because in order to establish a scalable restaurant, one must definitely have the knowledge as to how the pricing and how dynamic the market is going on. So a scalable restaurant is definitely built on how good the vendor optimization happens, because any lack in the operational side might lead to a halt in a day's operation, or it might not be consistent in quality. Because my aim down the line is to build a restaurant not just known for its like dishes or something, that a restaurant that can keep up the quality and the consistency on its day-to-day operations as well.
What is the, have you heard of Karigari restaurant?
No, I have not, sir. Really sorry.
Yellow chilies?
Sorry?
Yellow chilies?
No, I'm really sorry.
Have you heard of Sanjeev Kapoor?
Yeah, I have. I have. Definitely, I have.
Okay. So Sanjeev Kapoor apparently runs this chain of restaurants which is by the name of Karigari.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So what according to you has been the contribution of hospitality sector in the economy of our country?
Well, I'm not updated with that, sir. Mhm. Not exactly. By hospitality, do you particularly mean the restaurant side, or you mean the
I
overall?
let's break it down. First, let's talk about hospitality, then we'll break it down into restaurant and food industry.
I am not updated with that, sir. I
No
will.
problem. No problem. No problem. Fine. That's fine. So, what exactly do you do in Maruti? What is your roles and responsibilities and KRAs and JDs basically?
My day-to-day my KRA is basically by if you talk about the company language, by company language I'm a buyer. So by buyer, I mean particularly is that I have to like there are set of I handle indirect consumables. So there's a set of vendors and categories that I handle under the indirect consumable category. So the primary responsibility is ensuring that on a day-to-day basis the things reach the factory in time, because any such delay might actually affect the line operations. And apart from that, it's sending RFQs, cost optimization, and the like we operate on an ARC basis, that is annual renewal cycle. So this process is divided into three cycles. First, it is sending the RFQ, post which auction is conducted. It's a three-stage process, and post which the final approval is floated. Like after discussion with the seniors, that so and so vendor has quoted the lowest price, and he or she will be the vendor for the next 1 year for the particular product category.
So, Astik, if I ask you to narrate this entire thing within two sentences, how will you do that?
Like the entire
What you do? Let's say you go back to your hometown, and then
right.
someone from your family
Mhm.
asks you, what exactly do you do? In a simple language.
Okay. So in a simple language, I would say there will be two sentences. I am buying the products and I am supplying those products to the line.
And what is your role and contribution in this entire process?
My role and contribution is basically I am the one who is actually doing all the costing and negotiation with the vendor, and ensuring that the articles, or I would like to say this in Hindi if you don't mind, the mal reaches the line on time.
Okay, so in simple words, you represent Maruti in terms of doing vendor identification,
Right.
number one, then identifying the right kind of a vendor based upon the kind of quotes that they would have given. Once
Yeah.
you have done that, then right delivery of items
Right.
on
Right.
time
Items.
is what exactly do you do? Am I
Yes.
right?
Right. Yes. Right, sir.
This is what you have to tell, because what you talk about is maybe a daily affair to you. But when you explain this to someone, probably they might not be able to understand your terminologies. So,
Sure,
in
sir.
case you can make this things simpler from the understanding of people sitting on the other side of it, that
Sure,
gives.
sir.
Okay, fine, great. So, if I could ask you again, what are your learnings working with such a renowned company since last 1.5 years? How do you see yourself evolved or emancipated, and how different your thought process or outlook has been working this for last 1.5 years?
Sir, I would just like to quote one example. The how that learning has actually affected me. I would definitely like to quote one of the examples. So in Maruti, we have this thing of not in Maruti basically. Like we as a department follow this one particular strategy. Ki, unofficially getting the quotes. Unofficially getting the quotes is basically not something on a mail or something like that. It's like just in a day-to-day conversation, we just ask different vendors who are not registered with us, ki what's the market price going on, or how the market trend is going on. So one of the learnings that I had from that is recently I was going to purchase a mobile phone. So for that, I consulted almost like 3 to 4 different shops, and in that process, I realized that just negotiating with one particular shop is actually not enough. Sometimes when you ask multiple shopkeepers, your price might actually go down more than just negotiating with one particular person. So I would definitely say my learning would have been key how to negotiate in a proper manner, and how a simple decision can create an impact by which the supplies, the user happiness, the customer's happiness, and my own day-to-day processes are getting affected. So that's what I would like to say there, sir.
So, as a negotiator, if you want to win, what is the
Yes, sir.
basic trait that you must possess?
Well, first of all, good market research, I would say, a good background check of what the trend is actually going on, and a good ability to put forth a good ability to speak, to put forth the point in such a way that the other person gets convinced.
Persuasive,
A convincing power, I would say, a good
persuasion
convincing power.
skills.
Yes, persuasion skills.
Okay. So, in terms of the motor segment of India, the car segment,
Right, sir.
what will be the contribution of Maruti to Maruti as such?
Well, as you would say, down like if I would go in the past, or if we look towards the future, Maruti has been the market leader since the time it has been established. Whether it's bringing the Maruti 800, the one car that has been the pioneer from, like, it was up till around 2010 or 15, until which the Maruti was providing service for Maruti 800 particularly. And in the future, I would say, like, we have recently launched the e-Vitara, and multiple hybrid cars are being launched by Maruti Suzuki, be it the Victoris or the Brezza that we have launched. Like, it is greatly contributing to bring a common man from a two-wheeler to a four-wheeler, and also I would say the service. And in contribution, we have around, like, it's also there on the internet. We are greatly contributing to the EV segment of the, like, the establishing the charging stations. The EV network establishment is
Astik,
being done.
Astik, sorry to interrupt. My
Yes, sir.
question was in this car segment, Indian car segment, what will be the contribution of Maruti contribution in terms of percentage among the competitors? What percentage of cars or motor vehicles
Yeah.
Maruti would be contributing?
So currently, like, we are currently holding roughly around 40 to 45% of share in the Indian market, in the Indian car market. And if we go down the road with more competitors coming in, uh, I think, like, what we are going to contribute as an organization is roughly about the same percentage, with more number of cars towards that will help the the middle class family to move on from a two-wheeler segment to a four-wheeler segment. So
Okay, my another question. How many different, what do you call,
models,
brands, models Maruti have?
models.
Yeah.
It's around, like, if I there are around 21 models currently Maruti is uh, like flowing in the market. If I'm not wrong with the numbers.
And which is the latest one that they have launched?
The Victoris.
Okay. Okay. And they have also recently, no, no, that was a Tata. Okay, fine. ठीक है, done. Okay. ठीक है, Astik. So we'll call it off.
Sure,
So,
sir.
ठीक है.
I could get a lot of shortcomings, so I
I
would
think you would
definitely.
have realized it on your own also.
Yeah, like
But
I'm too elaborate in my answers and sometimes deviating from the topic as well.
more than that, there are a few things which I would like you to work upon because your
Sure, sir.
storyline. See, let's talk about your storyline. Your
Yes, sir.
storyline for doing an MBA is because you want to become a successful entrepreneur, wherein
Yes,
you
sir.
want to start a venture of your own, which is restaurant chain.
Yes, sir.
Right? तो अब आपको जो मेहनत करनी है वो ये करनी है कि संजीव कपूर, हरपाल सिंह, कुणाल, क्या नाम है उसका, कुणाल का जो,
Kunal Kapoor, Chef
कुणाल
Kunal
कपूर,
Kapoor.
इन तीनों के चेन ऑफ रेस्टोरेंट्स हैं।
Okay, sir.
जाओ इनके मॉडल स्टडी करो।
Okay, sir.
ठीक है, कारीगरी वो हरपाल का सिंह का है, कुणाल कपूर का भी एक है, मेरे को उसका नाम ध्यान नहीं आ रहा, सिल्वर स्पून है, पता नहीं क्या नाम है उसका। ये संजीव कपूर का येलो चिलीज है। ऐसे जितने भी बड़े ब्रांड्स हैं, कुक्स, शेफ्स हैं, उन सबका अपना रेस्टोरेंट चेन है एंड मल्टीपल। यू कैन
Sure, sir.
फाइंड इट मे बी दिल्ली एनसीआर गुड़गांव में आपको चार चार पांच पांच मिल जाएंगे, समथिंग ऑफ दैट काइंड। तो
Okay,
जब
sir.
आप इतनी बड़ी बात बोल रहे हो कि मेरे को ये करना है, तो वो कुछ तो उसको रिसर्च करके आपने रखा होगा या रखना
Like
चाहिए।
I studied one restaurant's thing. If you would have heard the name, Daryaganj.
हाँ,
The
सुना है मैंने, बहुत बढ़िया है वो।
so uska thoda sa I checked. I worked upon the background of that particular restaurant, but
हम्म,
for sure I will work upon bigger brand names also because not everybody is aware.
नहीं,
Because
दरियागंज इज वेरी फेमस, बट आपकी स्टोरी लाइन में शेफ आ रहा है। सुनो, डिफरेंस सुनो आप।
okay, sir.
अगर आप शेफ को इंक्लूड ना करोगे तो
Mm-hmm.
दरियागंज भी चलेगा, मोती महल भी चलेगा, लेकिन आपकी स्टोरी लाइन में तो शेफ आ गया, विकास खन्ना आ गया।
Okay, sir.
आप
Right.
अच्छा रिसर्च करो, विकास खन्ना का भी चेन ऑफ रेस्टोरेंट होएगा।
Yes, sir. है दुबई में ही है, दुबई में है, न्यूयॉर्क में भी है। I
तो
have
उसको कोट करो ना।
okay, sir. Okay, I knew that name also. Like मुझे विकास शेफ विकास खन्ना के बारे में मैंने पढ़ा था because I thought कि like he is my role model, so I will study his model more.
तो जब आपने विकास खन्ना को कोट किया, तो
Yes, sir.
आप उसको एज अ शेफ ना कोट करते हो, एज अ एंटरप्रेन्योर, एज अ बिजनेस एंटरप्रेन्योर कोट करो ना। बिकॉज
Businessman
आपका जो
quote करूँ.
गोल, जो आपका गोल है, आप तो उसके साथ कनेक्ट करो ना। आपका गोल शेफ बनना थोड़ा ना है। आप
Yeah, right,
एमबीए शेफ बनने के लिए थोड़ा जा रहे हो, होटल मैनेजमेंट का
right,
कोर्स थोड़ा कर रहे हो। यू आर गोइंग देयर सो दैट यू कैन बिकम एन एंटरप्रेन्योर एंड हैव चेन ऑफ रेस्टोरेंट्स। तो
right,
आपको
right,
सिर्फ
right.
कौन सी थ्रेड लाइन पकड़नी है? एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप वाली।
Okay, right, right. Got it, sir.
ठीक है। और पूरा उसका सप्लाई चेन मेरे को समझ में आता है, आपको सप्लाई चेन समझ में आ रहा है, वो आप समझा पाए। लेकिन हैविंग सेड दिस, बिजनेस मॉडल क्या है? फ्रेंचाइजी मॉडल है, अपना चला रहे हैं, क्या है वो? एक इनफैक्ट यू वोंट बिलीव, अभी मैं परसों सनी लियोनी का एक रेस्टोरेंट का चेन देख रहा था, वो भी खुला हुआ
Right, right, right. Yes, sir. हाँ जी, हाँ जी. It is
है ना?
there.
तो मेरा पॉइंट ये है कि व्हेन योर स्टोरी लाइन इज रिवॉल्विंग अराउंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप एंड ऑल दिस थिंग्स, so you
Right.
have to engage them into that kind of a conversation and
Okay,
convince
sir.
them that I have done that many level of research on it, and that's the reason why I want to go ahead, because this is how they are making money, and this is what is the multiplying effect, and this is how you can probably become a brand, and this is how a management course from a top B school will help you in terms of establishing your restaurant chain।
Sure, sir. Sure. I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do that today itself.
ये इसको थोड़ा स्टडी करो। दूसरा बातें हम वापस से और थोड़ा एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के बारे में और भी पढ़ लेना। फिर आते हैं
Okay,
हम
sir.
मारुति पे। देखो, आप आपकी कहानी में तीन चार चीजें बहुत क्रिटिकल है।
Yes, sir.
एक एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप, एक रेस्टोरेंट, एक शेफ। ठीक हो
Right, sir.
गया। अब आते हैं तीसरा, मारुति, जो अपने आप में बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है।
Right.
तो अब आपका अगर आपको अगर अपना इंटरव्यू इंटरेस्टिंग बनाना है, एंड यू वांट टू कन्वर्ट दिस इंटरव्यू इनटू अ कन्वर्सेशन वेयर इन दे आर आल्सो इंटरेस्टेड इन नोइंग मोर अबाउट यू एंड योर लाइकिंग्स एंड योर आउटलुक, देन यू हैव टू स्टडी मारुति आल्सो to an
Okay, sir.
extent wherein you know a lot of things about it in terms of द मार्केट कंट्रीब्यूशन, कौन सा ब्रांड है, क्या वैल्यूएशन है, ईयरली रेवेन्यू कितना है, हर क्वार्टर में क्या ग्रोथ आ रही है, शेयर प्राइस क्या, लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, हु इज द करंट सीईओ, कब आया था, किसने किया था, किसके टेन्योर में। तो ये आपको बिकॉज दिस इज हाउ यू बी एबल टू शोकेस दैट यू आर
A
जेन्युइनली।
suitable candidate.
यस,
Right.
ये कर लो थोड़ा सा।
No,
और हाँ
actually, मैंने
बस,
like Maruti का तो I have studied like I had this whole thing. I have been reading it on a day-to-day basis. That's why I was able to answer that model question also. But I will be more thorough, and I actually rather than being more thorough, I need to be more precise because I was kind of deviating from the answer.
And please listen the question very carefully. समझ में आया? मतलब मैंने, if you're not 100% into what I'm saying, what the interviewer is saying, so maybe there are chances where you misinterpret and start answering something else.
Right,
That's
sir.
because of anxiousness, anxiety. So wo, maybe you can be more relaxed, and then with the relaxed state of mind, you'll be able to process the answer thoroughly and then come up with an answer to it.
Sure, sir. Sure.
With your kind of a profile, wherein you are from a good engineering college, good experience, अच्छा काम कर रहे हो, supply chain में हो, technical नहीं हो, तो आपको तो आपके chances और बढ़ जाते हैं अगर आपके answers ज्यादा concise, precise है.
So one more thing I would like to ask you, like, how was my explanation for transitioning from a technical background to supply chain? Is it convincing enough, or should I work more on that also?
देखो, अब मेरे को वो आंसर सही लगा कि वेरन देवर टू ऑप्शंस, कि एक एक वो टेक्निकल था और एक सप्लाई चेन था. लेकिन जब आपने 2 बार मेरे को बोला, एक बार कि वो आप मेस के इंचार्ज थे, वो बड़ी छोटी बात है यार, वो उसमें कोई मजेदार बात नहीं है.
Okay, sir.
वो कोई ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि जिसकी वजह से आप कुछ और एग्जाम्पल लो, मे बी समथिंग एल्स वेर इन you have to think of it during your
Sure, I'll
interview.
think more on it. I'll think about it more.
बिकॉज वो ना बहुत मेस इंचार्ज होने से आपका मैनेजमेंट की तरफ इंक्लिनेशन चला गया, डजंट मेक लॉट ऑफ सेंस. लेट मी थिंक, उसमें थोड़ा और स्कोप है रिफाइन करने का.
Sure, I'll do that, sir. I'll do
ठीक
that.
है, लेकिन ये जरूर था कि that's a very good thing, in fact, of what happened with you, that when a Maruti came to your campus, they offered you a role which is into supply chain, and then you got a better understanding of management. In fact, ये भी बोल सकते हो कि मेरे को वो role मिला and I opted for it, and since the time I'm working there, I'm more inclined towards supply chain, and that have drawn my interest towards maybe
Sure, I
starting.
can do that also.
वो भी कर
Yeah,
सकते हैं.
I can definitely do that also. ठीक है. So I can loop that. I can loop multiple factors, like I've been handling operations thoda thoda करके in college, and when I
हाँ.
entered in Maruti Suzuki, so I was like I opted for supply chain. So in that case, like, should I say कि I opted for supply chain, कि वहाँ पे मुझे directly मिल गया supply chain?
मिल गया.
Because
मिल
मैंने ये, because this thing that I told you right now कि engineering का option था and supply chain का option था, is actually made up. I made it for you only. मतलब अभी interview के लिए कि I got the option, so I chose supply chain. So rather than
नहीं,
saying
आप
this,
बोलो
I'll,
मेरे को मिला. I was
हाँ,
lucky enough that I got an exposure, and that have drawn my interest towards management and supply chain.
sure, I'll say
यहाँ
that.
से स्टार्ट कर दो ना. आप बीच वाली कहानी बोलो ही मत.
Sure,
आप वो
I'll say that.
कॉलेज वाली जो बातें कर रहे हो ना, वो मत बोलो, बिकॉज वो दैट्स नॉट वेरी कन्विंसिंग.
Sure, sir.
You were lucky and fortunate enough that when you got hired in Maruti, it was rather than they sending you on a shop floor, you got into supply chain.
Supply chain, right.
और वो जो मैंने आपको वो एग्जाम्पल एक पूछा था, व्हाट एग्जैक्टली डू यू डू, और आपने बहुत एक बड़ी सी बात बताई थी.
Elaborate कर दीजिए. I'll just concise it more. थोड़ा
हाँ.
सा अपने day to day function को भी I'll just concise it. Actually, I prepared answers for like long term, short term strengths, weaknesses. Why do you want to join the institution? This was something new, so I'll work on this also.
See, the thread can go anywhere. It all depends where you start from, and they can enter into the thread of the line of questioning, as in what I'm trying
Yes,
to
sir.
say. You know? But good, you just keep on preparing, and otherwise, it's fine. You work on all these areas.
Sure, sir.
Chalo then, all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Yeah, hi Akshat, how are you doing?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. Okay, Akshat. So, what all calls?
Sir, my best call is MDA Gurgaon, and otherwise, I've got the call of IIMs like CAP and Nagpur, Visakhapatnam, and some like this.
Wonderful.
Basically, due to my sectional, I didn't get much calls.
Okay, not a problem, but you can always convert MDA.
Yes, I'm trying to do that.
Okay, so let's start as if you're going for an MDA interview.
Okay, sure.
When was MDA established?
MDA was established in 1973.
1973.
Yes,
Are you sure?
yes.
And it falls under which ministry?
That I don't. I have to search about that.
Okay. Okay. So tell me something about yourself.
Hello, sir. Myself Akshay Singhal, and I am a recent graduate from the electrical engineering from the Punjab University College. I have learned a lot of things from the working with other people, and also that and my also in my engineering time. In my college time, I have worked as a placement head of my college, and I have almost converted 30 more than 30 companies for the internships and the placements of my batch and my junior batch. Along with the placement cell, I was also a part of the art and photography club in my college, and I have also covered nearby 80 events, organizing them, working over different roles like photography, creative, digital creative, and registration, etc. Currently, I'm working as a business analyst in the Proc DNA, where I handle the healthcare data for the US clients. Along with this, my hobbies are photography, video editing, and sometimes watching movies. And my strengths are like I am good at adapting new conditions, resolving solutions with practical solution creative solutions and practical solutions. And my weakness is like public speaking, like I didn't have get that much exposure of public speaking. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so you have which year pass out?
2025.
Which college is it?
Punjab Engineering College, Chandigarh, Peck, Chandigarh, if you know.
Peck, Chandigarh.
Yes.
Okay, Peck. Okay. Can you name couple of renowned personalities from Peck?
Yes, sir. One of the most renowned personalities, the just a second, sir. I would can I take 2 minutes? Sir, I remember it, but I'm not able to recall it. Like it was a astronaut that is mostly that is like for the Peck is most famous for. And she was the first like who was gone into NASA from the India, and she has also gone to the moon. But
Kalpana Chawla.
yes, she's from Peck only.
Kalpana Chawla is from Peck.
Yes, sir. Karan is from Peck.
I wasn't knowing that.
She had done the like aeronautical engineering from the Peck only.
I only knew that she's from Karnal. I was not knowing that she is a pass out from your college.
She's a
Okay.
aerospace engineering. Like we have a special like day for her, so I forgot the name, but yeah, she has a like very big thing in our college. And another one of the comedian like Jaspal Bhatti is also from the Peck. Was a Punjabi comedian, and he was very famous at his time. So he's also from the Peck.
What was the name of his show?
I don't remember. It's like I didn't have watched it, but like it has a very good hype.
Okay. And you also said that you are fond of watching movies.
Sometimes like it is like the least thing, the last thing that I do, but in my hobbies, the more is photography and video editing.
Which
But
is the
yeah,
latest
sometimes.
movie that you saw?
So the latest movie I've saw was Dhurandhar, I guess. Yes, Dhurandhar.
Who's the director of the Dhurandhar?
Those retro Dhurandhar. I forgot the name, sir. Like he has also produced the Uri and the other films, and
Produced, nahi directed.
directed the Uri and some other things, but I forgot the name.
She's married to a girl from your city.
Sangrur.
No, not Sangrur, Chandigarh. Okay, anyways, forget this. Okay, fine. So you're working with Proc DNA
Yes.
right now. So what is this company all about?
So Progdane is a healthcare analytics company that helps the US clients, like the pharma clients like Cipla in our India, and like in US there are clients like Pharmacosmos and other clients to help the get the targeted list of the doctors for their require according to the requirements.
And what exactly do you do?
So like in my team, my job is that I process the scrape data. Like there is a lot of data that you have to scrape from the online sites, and I use all this data to make the KPIs, that is the key performance indicators that are used by the our one of the client Pharmacosmos.
Explain this to a layman. What exactly do you do?
Basically, I use the scrape data from different team to help the and do the analytics over it. Like makes we have a pre some we have some logics behind it that is pre-decided with the team of Pharmacosmos, and I did the calculations and will show it to our platform, like the backend data of our platform.
संगरूर में एक रिक्शे वाले को आप संगरूर स्टेशन में उतरे और उसने आपसे पूछा आप क्या करते हो?
Basically, I will help my client to help them. Sorry, I will just speak. I will help my client by providing them the insights from a data, like the things that they wanted from a scrape data. That is my rule.
Example.
For example, so like in our company, we have to scrape all the data sources. Like PubMed is one of the sources, or clinical trials that is more known to people. Clinical trials is the data that we have to scrape, and we will tag the data. In the clinical trials, there is no NPA number. There is a basically an NPA number for all the doctors in US. So we will tag the data according to their doctor name, and will tag them according to the NPA, so that we can reflect it over the platform. Ki this doctor has participated in this type of the clinical trial. So if the like my drug is concerned with the doctor, I will reach out to him, and like my former Cosmos client can reach out to them and help them to like pitch their drug, some sort of like in basic simple languages.
Okay. So it's been more than 6 months that you have been working with them,
Yes, sir.
approximately.
Yes.
What are your key learnings?
So my key learnings in the Progdania are like um, there key learning. Just a second. So I've learned more how to work in a collaborative and the professional environment, and how to collaborate with different teams. In like in my team only, I have to collaborate with claims team and my Oxo team, so to get the data and process it according to them. And also I have learned a lot of that the quality of work is very important in the field. Like the minor changes in the formula and something minor can make a big mistake. So there are some of the things that I've done, like I've learned.
Hmm. Okay. And your engineering was in which field?
My engineering was in the electrical engineering field. Electrical.
And this role that you're doing has is revolving around electrical, or it is totally analytics?
It is totally analytics. It is not.
And what eventually you would like to do in life?
So my long-term goal is to like play to work as a in a leadership role in a big organization, and leading a product line or something like supply chain, or maybe a consultancy firm, like this type of the roles.
Any specific sector, or it is sector agnostic?
For this time, it is sector agnostic. I want to learn more about the different sectors. I have like basically more exposure of a electrical field and the analytics field till now, and I want to explore other sectors, and then I could decide more.
So you want to understand other sectors, or you want to understand the management aspects in a B school?
I want to understand both, like the actual knowledge that the curriculum will give me for, about the management of the people, and like in the subjects we will be taught different like electives. So I want to explore different electives and get to know which is my real interest.
So what is your understanding of a management as an engineer?
So management as an engineer is to how do we manage the different type of tasks, like how we can distribute our tasks to the different teams, and how can coordinately work with them to get to the output that we want in the most efficient way.
And why do you think that you will be the most suitable person for a management role or a leadership role?
So because I have a good experience in the as a placement head, so I worked in a placement head, and this and I realized that I have a good where I was managing all the end-to-end communication with the HRs, and like handling logistics and everything. So I get to realize that I am good in the client side. So that's why I've joined the analytics company during when I get the opportunity. Along with this, I have a good execution experience of more than 80 events in my college. Along with this, I have been an adaptive and a very collaborative person that I know that will be suitable. So I will be able to learn from the peers from B school, and I also will be my technical skills, like the analytical skills that I have, that will be helpful for me uh, to basically and if that will be helpful in my B school.
What is it that you bring on a platter once you join MDI? And that means how is it that the college will be getting benefited out of your experience?
So as I mentioned, like my experience as a placement analyst will one of the key factors that will be helping. I can like teach and learn from the other my peers that how we can grow in the placement field and we can manage it. Along with this, my execution for more than 80 events, like I have managed the different events from the very scratch to the final execution. So that will be also helpful for me, and I can help my peers to get how like the experience I can share, and we can have a collaborative learning. Along with this, my analytical skills that have been that I have learned in my placement after the in my corporate life, that the technical skills I will be able to help the my peer students with it.
How do you define analytical skills?
Analytical skills are like the how we break a problem into the smaller parts and collate the data. Like in the data form, it is more of okay, how we will use the different type of data to get the actual outcomes. And general field is like how we break a problem into different small parts and how we solve them.
And when have you applied your data analytics skills?
Could you please repeat?
Where have you applied your data analytics skills?
In the corporate or in general life?
Both.
In my corporate, like so we basically we use the different data sources to get the insights. So in all the factors, like we have to look upon the different type of sorts of data, how we can use that, how what are the new insights that we can help my clients, and we could pitch it to our clients to get the more projects. So in the corporate field, in the analytical skills are like Excel. We are using the Excel for the that is the, like more of a tool. But and in the general life is basically if I could I can take an example of the placement cell only. If I am calling a company, so which strategies I can use to call them, communicate, like emails will be better for which stage, and how where with the phone calls will be better. So in all this, how we take decision, it is.
If not MBA, then what?
If not MBA, so I will be working in analytics for the next till the next year the cat happens, and I will retry it again.
Okay, Akshay, done. So, what do you feel about it?
Bit underconfident, a lot underconfident.
Why?
I don't know, basically.
See, please try to understand. You have to have a story which will help you in terms of convincing them that why is it that you want to go for MBA from any of these top colleges, and how is that MBA course or a degree will help you in terms of achieving your long term or short term thing. So, having said this, if I curate whatever you spoke, so your storyline revolve around that you have been a part of that placement cell, and when you were heading that placement cell, you were liaising with various corporates, you were making, you were connecting with them, you were coordinating with them, you were front facing, you were client facing, you were inviting them telephonically or through mail. Then once they were there, you were setting up the entire itinerary in terms of shortlisting of students who will be going for interview for what all companies, taking care of their arrangement in terms of stay, their airport pickups, XYZ, whatever it is. So that coordination, that front ending, that hospitality, that likability, that enthusiasm, that uh, connectivity would have helped you in terms of knowing that you have a flair for management or for coordination or for collaboration or for team skills. if I could put it this way. So having said this, and your engineering basically is one part of it, but if you talk about your personality type or your liking for some job, so you will be probably more authentic, or you'll be more inclined towards doing a management kind of a role rather than restricting yourself to a hardcore domain specific engineering role. So having said this, if I want to get into a leadership or general management or a role wherein which encompasses a lot of things and not only just one vertical of it, wherein the entire growth trajectory, maybe client facing, and all these things comes under you. So that cannot happen with this kind of a limited exposure to a management thing or to this degree. So you would like to go and study the various components of management per se, so that you get into a job which is having all these flares which you are inclined towards. So whatever I spoke is something that I have taken from the insights which you talked about, but the other person who's your actual interviewer might not be taking that much of an effort in terms of understanding your needs.
Yes.
You'll have to make them understand in less words without getting elaborative or verbose. I hope I'm making sense to you.
Yes.
So in case you can work upon it in terms of curating, fine tuning, bringing some connectivity, cohesiveness in your answers,
Yes.
concise and precise, then you will be sounding much more convincing. And secondly, when we talk about your interest area or your introduction, it's not that you have to talk anything and everything. Like, for example, what is the point of talking about movies when you're not well versed with it? What is the point of talking about your weaknesses? किसी ने पूछा है आपसे मत बोलो ना अभी. So there's no protocol as in that I'll speak all these 10 things. You'll only speak 4 or 5 things in which you think you are confident enough. You only speak things in which you think that you are so confident and you are so knowledgeable that when there's going to be a probing question, you will be able to handle it. You will be able to cross question whatever are the cross questions, you will be able to give an answer to it. Like, for example, this whatever DNA, prop DNA wherein you're working with,
Yes.
again, at the cost of being repetitive, the answers have to be very lucid, very self explanatory. It should be flowing like a water, wherein you should not be putting an extra effort in terms of explaining them, and they should not be putting an extra effort in terms of understanding it. So, if you can simplify your task, your role, your contribution, your learning, just go to your drawing board and just put everything on it and then try to simplify things.
Sure.
You are good because you are coming from a good college, good background, good company. But let's try to understand that the task is to make things simpler
Yes.
for you and for everyone. Subsequently,
Yes.
also as a leader, you'll have to make things simpler. So
Yes.
those so simple terms where what you have been doing is scraping the data. So can you again go back and think that what you do, can you, if you want to explain this to a layman or someone from your family who's not there from that kind of a background, how you can demystify it and make it simpler for them to understand.
Sure.
Making sense?
Yes.
Please work on it, because we genuinely want you to crack the best of the interview, and you have all the potential provided you make things simpler. And you, because you only said that your problem is your public speaking skills, so no, so you have to overcome it, and you can only overcome it in case you have done homework, research, and practice in terms of
Yes.
speaking. Okay? More you practice, more you speak in front of a mirror, in front of your friends, more in case you want give your answers with to your friends, your family members, and then they cross question, and then you can answer them. Then only you will be sounding more and more confident. Do it this way.
So I have one doubt also. Like, basically, my short-term goals were actually business analyst or and data-driven field only, and my long-term is also earlier was only in this leadership role in the business side. But the thing is, like, I wanted to do more prefer MBA in the general in MDA. So one of the question I know ki if I like answer this like my long term goal is analytics only. So if they ask me ki what do you prefer like BA, MBA general or MBA BA. So I will be given if I am given offer like I'm not sure but I will be stuck at this point ki how I'll defend ki I want to do a general MBA. So that's why I have to change my goals like
You want to go for business analytics or a general MBA?
general.
General.
That
Okay,
is
so you tell them that though I am interested in business analytics, but I want to have a overall view of what are the various components which are required for running a successful enterprise, which is a general management kind of a role. So I also want to have an insight of what is supply chain, what is operation, what is IT, what is finance, and how does all these components of management integrate and help us in terms of achieving our long-term goal of running an organization.
बेसिकली उस पर क्रॉस क्वेश्चन ये नहीं होगा कि लाइक इफ यू आर लाइक योर लॉन्ग टर्म गोल इज इन द बिजनेस एनालिस्ट ओनली सो इट वुड बी मोर प्रेफरेबल कि इफ यू डू एमबीए एंड बीए मतलब तो भी
That's
मैंने
what I asked, you know, whether you are interested in general management or business analytics.
हाँ आई एम इंटरेस्टेड इन एमबीए जनरल बट अगर मैंने अपना गोल ऐसा बोला कि माय लॉन्ग टर्म गोल इज लीडरशिप रोल इन द बिजनेस साइड और बिजनेस एनालिटिक्स साइड
Just talk
कंसल्टिंग साइड
about leadership and overall ना general management ही बोलो फिर आप business analytics बोल ही क्यों रहे हो?
हाँ मतलब मैं लॉन्ग टर्म गोल्स
हाँ
में ही
मत
चेंज
बोलो ना फिर
कर रहेगा
उसको general management leadership बोलो फिर तो mismatch हो ही जाएगा ना
हाँ वो उसको डिफेंड आउट नहीं हो
तो
पाएगा
mismatch हो ही जाएगा
ठीक हाँ
थोड़ी तैयारी और कर लो अच्छी थोड़ा
हाँ जी
मेहनत कर लो because you are sitting on a gold mine and it's your moral responsibility to crack it ठीक है
आंसर लाइक जनरल में कैसे क्वेश्चन आ सकते हैं लाइक हेल्थ केयर एनालिटिक्स से कैसे आ सकते हैं
आ सकते हैं बिल्कुल आ सकते हैं हेल्थ केयर सेक्टर से आ सकते हैं हेल्थ केयर एनालिटिक्स में क्या क्या हो रहा है
वो
बिजनेस
है
एनालिटिक्स कैसे हेल्थ केयर में अप्लाई होता है वो सब तो पूछेंगे वो लोग आपसे बिकॉज
वो
आप तो काम कर रहे हो उसमें है ना
मतलब
उसी
बेसिकली
को
इंडिया में हेल्थ केयर एनालिटिक्स का सच काम नहीं वो ज़्यादातर यूएस में ही चल रहा है हम भी जैसे क्लाइंट्स तो हमारे सारे यूएस के हैं सो मतलब मेरे पास यूएस की सारी इन्फो है कि यूएस में क्या जीडीपी है लाइक हेल्थ केयर की क्या सेक्टर की क्या डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है लाइक विल दैट बी इनफ कि क्योंकि इंडिया का
इंडिया
सच कुछ
इंडिया इंडिया हेल्थ केयर सेक्टर का भी देख लो कंट्रीब्यूशन क्या है
इंडिया हेल्थ केयर सेक्टर क्या है पर उसमें एनालिटिक्स सेक्टर इंडिया में अभी है ही नहीं बिकॉज
दो चार
डाटा ही
कंपनी
नहीं है
तो
हमारे
होंगी दो चार कंपनी तो होंगी
इंडिया
नहीं
में सर डाटा ही नहीं है ना हमारे पास हमारा डाटा मतलब जैसे हमारा कोई डॉक्टर है वो कितनी बार पर्ची भी लिख रहा है हमारे पास कोई उसका डाटा कहीं स्टोर ही नहीं हो रहा ना सो मतलब एज
जो
सच
बड़े
इंडिया
बड़े
में है
हॉस्पिटल चेन है उनका तो हो रहा होगा
वो सर स्केलेबल नहीं अभी उसको बाइंग एंड सेलिंग उसकी है नहीं भी मतलब कोई माइनर पे वो चल रहा हो तो दैट इज समथिंग एल्स बट नॉर्मली मतलब बिग स्केल पे नहीं हो रहा अभी इसका
ठीक है
बिकॉज
तो फिर
अफोर्डेबल
आप
भी नहीं है
ग्लोबल तो फिर आप बोल सकते हो कि इट्स नॉट स्टिल प्रेवलेंट एंड एप्लीकेबल इन इंडियन मार्केट सो आप अपने आप को यूएस मार्केट से अलाइन करना फिर इन दैट केस
हाँ वो उसका आइडिया है
ठीक है done, ठीक है
ओके थैंक यू
चलो ओके ऑल द बेस्ट ऑल
थैंक
द
यू
बेस्ट